In this question, we've been given a table, giving us information about the heights of some plants, and we are being asked to draw a histogram. In a histogram, we're going to have the height along the bottom. So I'll write the height in centimeters, but we don't put the frequency up the side. The frequency is actually going to be the area of each bar. And up the side, we're going to put something called frequency density. So frequency density is going to be the height of the bar, and the frequency is going to be the area of the bar. So to find the frequency density, we're going to do the frequency divided by the width of the bar. So between 30 and 40 is 10. 30 to 40, the difference between 30 and 40 is 10. So the frequency density is going to be the frequency divided by the class width. So 8 divided by 10, which is 0.8. The next bar is only 5 wide. 40 to 45 is 5. So the frequency density is going to be 18 over 5. So if I double top and bottom, that's 36 over 10, which is 3.6. For the next bar, again it's 5 wide. 45 to 50 is 5. The difference between 45 and 50, that's the width of the bar. The frequency is going to be the area of the bar. So to find the height, it's 20 divided by 5, which is 4. So this is going to have a frequency density, a height of 4. And for the final one, we've got the bar's 20 wide, the frequency is 10, so 10 divided by 20 is 0.5. So let's draw this on our histogram. So along the bottom, our height starts at 30 and goes up to 70. So I'll just do 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and going up, we'll start at 0, and we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's draw this on. So the first bar was 10 wide, it went from 30 to 40, and it goes up 0.8. So it goes up 0.8, and there's our bar. Then we had 40 to 45 going up 3.6. So here's 45, goes up 3.6. And that's our second bar. 45 to 50 goes up 4. So that's our third bar. And then 50 to 70 goes up 0.5. So that is our histogram. We've drawn the histogram. Okay, one for you to try. So try and draw a histogram for this information. So this time we've got the times of some runners. So along the bottom we're going to have time in seconds. And again, up the side, we're going to have frequency density. So frequency density is the height of the bar. The frequency is going to be the area. And the width is going to be the difference between the group. So 20 to 35 is 15 wide. 35 to 40 is 5 wide. 40 to 50 is 10 wide, and 50 to 70 is 20 wide. So we're going to calculate the frequency density, the height of the bar. So you can think of this like a rectangle. So you know you've got, for the first one, an area of 9, a width of 15, and you're working out the height. You're working out the frequency density. And to do that, we're going to do the frequency divided by the width. So 9 over 15, that is the same as, well, I can simplify the fraction. They're both in the 3 times table. So it's 3/5, which is 6/10. So it's 0.6. 24 over 5. 24 over 5 is the same as 48 over 10. So 4.8. 23 over 10 is 2.3. And 8 over 20 is the same as 4 out of 10. So 0.4. So we're going to have the frequency density 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the time, we're going to start at 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So let's draw on the bars. We have our first bar goes from 20 to 35 and goes up 0.6. Our second bar goes 35 to 40 and up 4.8. $40 to $50 goes up 2.3. And 50 to 70 goes up 0.4. So that is our histogram. This time we've got a histogram drawn for us. So here's a histogram given some information about the speeds of some cars. The histogram's already drawn. 40 cars had a speed between 60 miles per hour and 64. So this bar here represents 40 cars. So it's got an area of 40. Its width from 60 to 64 is 4. Its width is 4. Its area is 40. So 4 times what makes 40? Or we could say frequency density is area, frequency over width. 40 over 4 is 10. So this must be 10. So we can actually fill out the rest of the frequency density scale. And now we can work out the total number of cars. So the frequency is going to be the area of the bar. So 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. This is 2 times 18. 2 18s are 36. 2 14s, 28. And that's 8 4s. 8 4s are 32. So how many cars do we have in total? We've got 32 plus 40 plus 36 plus 28 plus 32. So 32 and 28 make 60 plus 40 to make 100. So then we've got 100 and 2 30s are 60 plus 2 plus 6. So 168. 168 cars. Part B, find an estimate for the number of cars with a speed greater than 70 miles per hour. So how many cars were over 70 miles per hour? So 70 miles per hour is here. So if I draw a line down here, how many cars make up this shaded part of the box? So the area is the frequency. So it's got a base of 6, a height of 4. So 6 times 4 is 24 cars. It's an estimate because it's grouped data. We don't know exactly how many cars had a speed greater than 70. We just know there were 32 cars with a speed between 68 and 76. And we've assumed that they were equally spread out in the group. Part C says find an estimate for the median speed. So the median is the middle. So what we want to do is you want to split our histogram in half. So we've got 168 cars. Half of 168 is 84. So we want 84 cars on each side. So where can we draw a line? Where can we split our histogram? To split 84 cars off in one side and 84 cars on the other side. So we can start on either side. So if we start from the bottom, we had 32 cars in the first box, 40 cars in the second box. That's up to 72. So we need 12 more cars. So 84 minus our first two boxes is 12. So we need to go 12 cars into our next group. And we can see, well, I can tell you that's going to be a third. So I could just say it's a third of the way through this group. Or we could work it out by drawing a line, splitting it into 2, and saying we want an area of 12. So we know we've got a height of 18. We've got an area of 12. So what is the width? 12 divided by 18 is 2/3. So it is 64 plus 2/3. So we can call that 64.6 recurring, or 64 2/3 miles per hour. So that would be the same thing as splitting this box into 3 parts. So it's a third of the way through. It's 2 wide, and a third of 2 is 2/3. So it's 64 2/3 miles per hour. Okay, one for you to try. So give this one a go. So we've got the heights of some plants, and we are told that 30 plants had a height between 0 and 15. So this is 30 plants. So what is the frequency density? It's got a width of 15, an area of 30. 15 times what makes 30? That's 2. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 on the frequency density. So we can find the total number of plants by doing the width times the height. So 10 sixes are 60, 5 tens are 50, 5 20s are 100, and 15 4s are 60. So how many plants is that? So 30 and 60 make 90, plus 50 is 140, plus 100 is 240, plus 60 makes 300 plants. What proportion, so what fraction of the plants had a height greater than 25 centimeters? So how many had a height greater than 25 centimeters? So 25 is here. So greater than 25 was 50, 160. so 210. So it's 210 had a height greater out of 300 in total. So we could simplify that fraction. We could say it's 21 out of 30 or 7/10. So 7/10 or 70%. Either way, something equivalent to 7/10 is the correct answer. And find an estimate for the median height. So we've got 300 plants. So we're looking to split. We're looking for the middle. So split 150 plants on one side and 150 plants on the other side. So let's count up. So 30 and 60 make 90. 90 plus 50 is 140. So we want to go 10 plants in to this 100 group here. So if you imagine we're splitting down here, I can do a line. It's going to be a very thin group. So imagine we've got a group here. With an area of 10 units. So it's 20 high. Its area is 10. What's its width? So 10 divided by 20 is 0.5. So we want to go 0.5 into the 30 to 35 group. So it's 30.5 centimeters. That is the point where we can draw a line that splits half the plants on one side and half the plants on the other side. We could have also said 10 is a tenth of the 100th group. So it was 5 wide. So we want to go in a tenth of 5, which is 0.5. So our median is 30.5 centimeters. And the last question, so it's slightly different. This time, part of the information's on the histogram and parts in the table, and you need to complete the histogram and the table. So give this a go. So we've got 2 bars drawn here. The 20 to 25 group, we've been told that it's got a frequency of 25. So if it's got a frequency of 25, a width of 5, that must mean that this is 5 on the scale. 5 times 5 makes 25. So we complete the scale. So what is the area of this bar here? So it goes up 2.4. It goes up 2.4. It's got a width of 10. So its area is 2.4 times 10. 2.4 times 10 is 24. So we've completed the table. Now we've got to complete the histogram. So we'll complete the frequency density column. So frequency density, that's the height of the bar, and it's the frequency divided by the width of the bar. So the 0 to 10 group is 10 wide. The difference between 0 and 10 is 10. So 8 divided by 10 is 0.8. The next group is also 10 wide. 10 to 20 is also 10. 16 over 10 is 1.6. And our last group is 15 wide, 35 to 50. It's 12, its frequency is 12. So its frequency density is 12 divided by 15, which is the same as 4/5, which is 0.8. So let's complete the histogram. So our 0 to 10 group has a frequency density of 0.8. So 0 to 10, 0.8. Our 10 to 20 group goes up 1.6. And our 35 to 50 group goes up 0.8. So there is our histogram.